I just got 10 different wildlife photography accessories to try out and compare against one another. The sponsor of today's episode, Hunts Photo and Video, is giving a discount on all the items in this video. So if you like anything you see, make sure to check out my discount links in the description below. I got products in pairs of 2 to compare them against one another and see which ones I like more. So this Skimmer ground pod is pretty awesome, and in my experience with it, what I really like about it is, first of all, it gives a great camera stability. When I'm recording video, it's able to get super stable types of shots, as well as just a stable image as I'm doing photography. But beyond that, something else that I really like about it is it's very portable. As I'm moving along the ground, I can just slide this thing really easily, as opposed to if I had big old tripod legs, I would not be able to do that easily, and I had to kind of pick it up and readjust every time. The only thing that I'm maybe not so fond of is actually carrying it around is a little weird. Every kind of gimbal head tends to be this way, and when you have a gimbal head attached to this ground pod skimmer, it's a little weird to carry around, but it's nothing too far, and it's definitely really light, so it's not like it's a lot of weight, it just is a little awkward. So on the cheap end of things, we have this Manfrotto Pixie Mini here, and the really nice thing that I like about this is not only the price coming in super cheap at like $20–25, but also it's extremely portable. All you need to do is just pick this up. You could pack it away really easily, or just pick it up with your camera. Extremely light and extremely portable. Now, it does provide some stability while shooting on the ground, that's for sure. It provides a lot more stability for photos. For video, it's not quite perfectly stable, so it might not be exactly what you're looking for. But the biggest con to it is that if you have a heavy camera and a heavy lens like I do, it's not always totally stable. As you can see right now, I have it in a stable position where it'll stay still. However, if I do it something that's slightly off, like maybe like this, it'll very quickly fall. So you kind of have to find that sweet spot, which can be annoying to worry about as a wildlife photographer. Today, I'll be comparing these ProMaster 4-layer photo gloves against these Freehands fleece photo gloves. So seeing how they hold up, not only in terms of how warm they keep my hands for cold environments, which is crucial as a photographer, but also just seeing how good the grip is and how good some of the functionality is of them and how comfortable they are. So these Freehands photo gloves are pretty cool. They're fleece and they're really, really nice and warm. So if you're in cold conditions, these things can be a great asset for you as a photographer. They have the removable fingers on the index and the thumb. That way you can have easy access to photograph well, which is extremely important for the maneuverability in your camera as a wildlife photographer. Some of the cons that I didn't like as much about them is that the magnets aren't quite as strong in the back. So when I start to flex my finger, you can see that it comes undone. And so that's just a little bit annoying having it flap around. The other thing that I don't like as much is the grip is a little bit weak compared to other photo gloves that I've used. So I don't feel like I have quite as sturdy of a grip on my camera. Contrary to the last fleece gloves, I actually really like these ProMaster 4-layer photo gloves though. They're really, really nice. Not only do they keep my hands really warm, I can tell, they also have the pullback fingers just like before, but the magnets are way stronger. When I wind up flexing, there's no sort of give in the magnet that winds up releasing it. Beyond that, the grip is incredibly strong, incredibly sticky, and I really like how it sticks to a camera. And I think that that's an awesome feature. And really cool as well, as a little side bonus, is they actually have pockets on the back of the glove in which you can fit a small accessory in, something like maybe an Allen wrench or a hot shoe cover or something like that. So these are some really cool photo gloves and I really like them. The only thing I think could have been improved, they're almost perfect gloves, but as a wildlife photographer, I'd really love to see them in camo. But beyond that, they are really, really cool and I really like these gloves and I'll definitely be using them on cold winter days. So the next 2 accessories that we're comparing here is this cotton carrier with this Ulanzi claw clip right here. These 2 items are kind of night and day difference. I mean, they're also meant for completely different setups. This cotton carrier is really nice in the sense that it really helps distribute the weight evenly and is super easy to carry around and take on the go and just naturally fits onto your body. This claw clip, it allows for really easy access of shooting, just like the cotton carrier. Both of them, you can almost immediately take the camera off and start taking your images. But it's a little bit less comfortable. It distributes the weight totally over one shoulder, whichever one you have it clipped onto on your backpack. And I don't like it quite as much. It's also meant for a lighter setup And I noticed that on heavy setups like this, it doesn't quite so easily come in and out and gets loose a lot easier, as opposed to the Cotton Carrier is really solid, even with my very heavy telephoto and camera setup. As a little bonus as well, the Cotton Carrier even has some cool pockets in it. It has a pocket right here in the front for your phone, has a pocket down here as well, and has actually a full kind of sack in the back. If you wind up not putting a backpack on your back, you can use that for storage as well. I'd highly recommend this Cotton Carrier here, and I'd recommend it over anything else I've ever used to carry my camera outside of a backpack, which of course you have to take off to get into. Now, if you're looking to capture audio of birds out in nature, a shotgun microphone can be incredibly helpful. Today, I'll be comparing the Rode Video Micro versus the Rode Video Mic Pro and seeing the different results. As you can see, while both shotgun mics are incredibly better than the in-camera mic, the Rode Video Mic Pro winds up being the better of the two, as you would expect for the price point. So as you can see, audio makes a big difference depending on the microphone that you use. Finally, for the most important comparison possibly, we have a gimbal head versus a ball head tripod. For these, it's important to take into account photographing a still subject as well as photographing moving subjects and comparing the differences between these two things. I've used ball heads and gimbal head tripods for a lot of my career at different points, and so I'll be talking about some of the pros and cons right now. So something really cool about using a gimbal head is that it's super easy to make quick adjustments. Usually you just have to loosen a knob on the side of a gimbal head and you can make an adjustment and lock it into place instantaneously, and it'll just stay there. If you have it balanced, it can be really nice and useful. As well as with fast moving subjects, you can track them really easily in flight, which makes gimbal heads incredibly valuable. One of the more difficult and kind of maybe just annoying things I would say about a gimbal head is that they can be annoying and kind of awkward to pack with their awkward shape on top, and they can also be a little heavy once you add the tripod into it. So while ball heads are almost always more affordable than gimbal heads, they're also cool in the way of they're very easy to pack typically because they're more, I guess, standard or more skinny shape. It makes them easy to pack and take with you wherever you go. They're also great for locked off still angles, as they'll just lock really tightly into position and you don't have to worry about that in video. However, with moving subjects, they really don't do as good as gimbals. You just can't get a steady shot because of the fact that when you loosen it, you really don't have any support except helping support some of the weight. You have no control over helping, I guess, balance out and even out your movements. It can also be annoying when you're constantly adjusting those still angles to loosen and tighten it each time and making sure that you're getting those shots correctly as well. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know which of these accessories were the most valuable to me in this video. But before I do, if you're interested in purchasing any of the accessories that you saw in this video, make sure to check out my discount links in the description below at Hunts Photo and Video. Hunts Photo and Video is a quality and friendly camera store. Not only do they care about getting quality product into your hands, but they also care about you as a customer and will make sure that you're happy and content with your purchase, as opposed to those other big camera brands out there. I'd highly recommend going to check them out for all your camera needs and for anything else that you need, especially while they have the discounts on these accessories. If I had to choose just 3 winners at the end of this video, I'd undoubtedly choose the gimbal head, the skimmer ground pod, and the Cotton Carrier. Not only were they useful to me while out in the field, but they also enhanced the quality of my experience. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite accessory was, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd be honored if you subscribe. See you guys next time.